that person that God has for you will work out for you. When God calls things into being, there's no manipulation, there's no strategy, there's no needing to force being in a certain environment, there's no presenting yourself in a false way. There's a process to where we are prepared to receive the things that God has for us, whether that is a spouse or a career, some sort of professional endeavor. There's a process we go through in order to be able to receive that thing. And so the person that God has for you or the job that God has for you will work out for you. When it's time to step into that thing, you won't need to force it. You won't need to show up with this phony personality, and you won't have to wear special clothes. This person's going to be drawn to you. Their heart is going to be drawn to you. That person will hire you. Because when God calls things to be, nothing can stop it. When it's time to steward over the next season of life, the thing that you've been praying for, the thing that you feel like God has promised into your space, into your life, when God calls that thing to be, nothing can stop it. It's a matter of showing up and being obedient to the Lord every single week. When he calls you to go to certain places and you don't know why. When he calls you to do certain things and you don't know why. When he calls you to just be around that person and listen and allow another person in that group who you don't usually give time to, or a different job that you never considered going into, and allowing those experiences to continue to change you, to continue to groom you and mold you to be more like him, but then also to where your heart is so changed, your life is so transformed, to where when you receive that thing, you're not going to be able to lose it. You're going to be able to steward over it. And so that person that God has for you, he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly why you're in that waiting period. He knows exactly why you've been praying a lot about that specific thing. There may be things within your heart. There may be a certain level of understanding that may need to take place with how you're prioritizing the things you're pursuing. But no matter what, regardless, when it's time for God to bring that blessing or that promise into your life, nothing is going to be able to stop it. And so as we continue to walk in his calling for our lives, and by his calling, I mean every single day, we are pursuing God. We are seeking first his kingdom and his righteousness, like Matthew 6:33 says, and then all things are given to us. And all things may not come at once. It may be a little bit of sanctification on this day, a little bit of understanding and casting off certain things the next day, a little bit of an awareness of, wow, I do this, I should probably stop doing this. And there comes a moment where you look back and you have a reflection and you say, wow, look at how much God has changed my life. And there may not even be a massive change outside of you, but the biggest thing is the internal. Culture's so fed up and fixated on all of these flashy things, the external of somebody's life. But God cares about the heart, right? God cares about the heart. When he chose David, it was none of David's siblings that were going to be the king of Israel. When God chose David, he said, look at his heart. Don't look at all the other things. Don't look at the people around him, his siblings, their strength, their good looks. I look at the heart. And so the more we surrender to God, what he does is he changes our heart. He changes our thoughts. He renews our mind. So we're able to step into what he calls us to step into. And there'll be no manipulation on our part. There'll be no forcing things. There'll be no changing things. There'll be no, I have to be at this place at this time. There'll be none of that. No deception, no deceit, no games, No showing up and being busy on your phone or texting people in front. There'll be no games. There will be union. And the more we can pray for the Lord to bring us into union, whether that is with a person or whatever it might be, a job, a career, the more we pray for those things, get ready, because the end result is a transformed internal before you see the change on the external. So continue to surrender to God, because that person that's for you is for you.